A beautiful day, great opportunity to get back on the grass. Guys are excited about the opportunity to go on the road together, play good 4 quarters of football, put that together. You know, that's a piece of what we're trying to build here. We have to be able to go on the road and function the way we've been at home, playing together, playing clean football, and finding a way to finish. So great opportunity for us this week.
What's the biggest difference for you as the head coach when you are on the road?
You sleep in a hotel. You know, we try to keep all of our rhythms and, timing of things, what it feels like on a Saturday. You know, obviously we're getting on a plane, but our meetings, we approach the same way and get the guys, physically and mentally ready, to wake up on Sunday and we get to go. Here we go. It's 1 o'clock. This is where we're at. We're at the stadium with plenty of time getting prepped. For me, I always look at the road games as an opportunity for us to grow together. We spend a lot more time together, whether it's on the plane, going to, coming from, just, hanging out at the hotel and talking to each other. A lot of great conversations there, great opportunity to build that chemistry, and so, and again, you have to be able to win on the road. You have to be able to do that at a high level and to block out the external factors, to understand the energy. The excitement comes from us. It always has to start with us, with the coaching staff and with the players, and we have to be able to do that together.
Chuba was limited, but how did he look out there for the first time, I guess, in a couple of weeks?
He looked great. Last week he started to ramp up. Today he looked awesome, out there running around. He's got a real focused look in his eyes. He's hungry, and he can't wait to get back out there.
Corbin's first go, I don't know if you got to watch much of him, but obviously he's still got 3 weeks. How did he look against first?
He looked really good. He's been working hard in RTP, return to play, with the trainers, and they did a great job of getting his strength back, mobility, all those things, and ran him around last week, and this was our chance to get him out there on the field. He looked awesome, so we're going to take that day to day and see what it looks like going into the weekend.
Do you agree with kind of the outside perception or consensus that each of those running backs are guys that gets better as they get more carries? And if you do agree with that, what kind of challenge does that present?
I think it's a fair statement for all running backs. They like to get a lather. They like to have rhythm, set runs up on the front side, see what they're doing. You get to the sideline in between series, you get to look at the pictures and see where the voids are at. Are they overplaying to the front side? Are they hanging back too much? And there's this cat and mouse game that happens with backs. That being said, every single carry like it's your last. Every single one, with the intensity, the violence that we're looking for, it affects the whole group. So regardless of when those guys go in there, we expect Chuba and Rico and Trevor, when he gets his chances, to go out there and empty the tank on every single run.
Dave, Sauce Gardner has forced some of the tightest windows in the NFL through the first 6 weeks. What's the best way to combat that from your?
Yeah, you got to be able to catch contested passes, and he's going to be there. He's sticky. He's sticky in man coverage. When he's in zone, he's playing off the quarterback's drop. He's a fantastic player, and you have to come off the rock with speed. You got to be able to use your hands. He's not afraid of a penalty here and there. He's a really confident guy, and that's exactly the type of opportunities and challenge that brings out the best in our guys. And so, got to meet the challenge. You're going to have to catch the ball when he's near you.
Dave, generally speaking, when you have an injured starter who's been part of your program for a while and you have somebody replace him and he does well, how much management of the person do you have to do? I know you have to worry about what's best for the team, but what is that like behind the scenes with a player who is injured and seeing somebody perform in his place?
I believe in full transparency. I believe in having these conversations early on to talk about what it may look like. And give the guys the benefit of the doubt to say, okay, let's look at the situation that we are currently at. Let's deal with the facts and let's move forward from there. And again, my job is to make the best decision for the Panthers. I don't like to paint myself in a box to say a guy can't lose his job to injury. I think that's a dangerous spot to put yourself in when a person shows what they can do. But sometimes that's the case, and sometimes it's not. And I think you just have to take each case independently and do the best thing for the team.
Being said, with Corbin now a full return to practice, have you made any decisions about what may happen at that center role?
We're talking through all that stuff right now, and I honestly don't want to really share, what our approach is going into Sunday. But yeah, those are discussions, the hard discussions that we have to have, and really great opportunities for us to look at, because when you have great options on both sides, whether you're talking about the center position, you're talking about the running back position, you look at it and it's like, we're blessed to have these opportunities. Now let's go and see how we can put our best foot forward and take advantage of players all across the board.
To follow up on that,
Yeah.
could you say the same thing about the right guard position?
You could. Brady's been playing, really at a high level, and it's the reason why we had to have him back here is his versatility. But look at him just as a pure guard; he's doing an excellent job.
You expect, is the plan for Coker to play this week, and how much, would you have to monitor his reps if he does?
That's the plan. I never want to put a player out there. We only get 48 helmets on game day. They got to be able to play football, and games. There's different modes that you have to play in, and whether you're playing with a lead or you're playing from behind, sometimes you got to throw the ball and the guy's got to be out there. You have to be able to count on the guy physically to be able to do that. And Coker looked great today, had a fantastic practice, and we're going to just look at him again tomorrow. It'll be a little bit more high speed mileage tomorrow. It's our big third down day, so that'll be the real test to see where we're looking at going in the weekend.
Jones hurt himself on Sunday. Where did that come in?
Pat finished the game, and he had a little bit of tightness, but it really was something that we had to reevaluate on Monday, and the whole staff got all hands on deck and got some imaging, and Pat's going to need surgery, and he's going to be out for the season, and it's a big one for us. I know it may come to a shock because he was playing such awesome football throughout that game, and was able to get through it, but it was something that as we continued to evaluate it and go through our process, it popped up on us, and thought the best thing for him at this time was to make sure that we address that.
What's the official injury?
Yeah.
It's a low back.
Okay, like a strain.
I don't want to get into
Okay.
the specific.
You
medical
said
details.
it popped up after the game day.
It was something that he woke up with Monday, and he was in a really bad spot, and so we just did the full evaluation and the imaging and all the things that go into that, and it was he was really upset, and clearly because of just like when he's in there, he's such an impactful player for us, but I wanted to make sure that we did the right thing for Pat, and of course everyone in his camp, his family, and his agent and people involved there, making the right decision for Pat. We'll reveal that on Sunday.
Lower back, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And speaking to that group specifically, what does this mean for Nick Squirt and Princely Unamiel, and what does it mean for those guys?
Yeah, great opportunity for all those guys to step in, and guys that we've been counting on who've been growing in their roles, first, second down, rush packages, all those things. So fortunate to be able to have those guys have to play early, and DJ missed a couple of games, so they stepped in and had their roles, and each week they keep improving. Every practice is a milestone. You can only imagine, at this point in their careers, adjusting to a system, adjusting to the NFL, each practice is a milestone, and every individual period is important, and every game certainly. So another great opportunity for those guys to come out and help the team.
Is there anyone else, Dave, that you might consider, I don't know, shifting to that outside spot or getting a longer look at somebody that you haven't really gotten a lot of reps at this point?
Not right now. It's basically the group that's been working in there and in different levels with substitution. And, of course, the guys that are out there playing get the lion's share of the reps. But a lot of guys been working. And so this is an opportunity also for Boogie Basham, who's been on our team and who's been up for one game. But it's a great opportunity for him to show us what he can do this week as well.
So I don't know if you want to say this or not, but is the plan for then Rico to start? I mean, I guess you go with a guy who's run for, the way he has. I mean, it would seem to make sense, but.
We'll see on Sunday.
Would it be hard to sit him down, Dave?
Who's that?
Rico.
Given what he's done.
I think he's earned everything that he's done in the last 2 weeks. He's earned the right to help this team, and he will. And we'll find a way to do that. How we do that specifically, I don't want to really share those details of it, but certainly the world knows, the recognition he's getting, and just for all of us who've been here, right at the forefront to watch, the violence and the attitude that he's brought to the offense. And again, it's a great opportunity for us, to look at both guys and to find a way for them to help the team.
Away anything from that performance, you brought it, but the offensive line is blocked really well. How much does that have to go into your evaluation of who gets, how the rotation works?
Absolutely. Let's give credit where credit is due, right? It starts right up front with that group communicating together, staying connected on blocks. I can't say enough about the tight end group and the way that they've been blocking physically, the growth of Mitchell Evans, being a reliable catcher, but also the physicality he's bringing. Tommy has been unbelievable. James has stepped in in JT's absence, and we'll hopefully get JT back as soon as possible. And we're looking at that again right now this week. But give a shout out to Pat McPherson and having his guys ready to play violently. And I see the wide receivers taking strides, and taking steps on finishing plays with their hands on guys. And, when you watch the highlights, it's not without seeing T-Mac or Xavier down the field getting their hands on DBs when Rico has been at the second level. So it takes a full group. It takes Bryce getting us to the right plays against the right fronts, depending on what the defense is doing, and finishing his fakes on those to be able to hold the backside and to complement the whole thing, So it's a group effort. Rico did it at the time, and I would have loved to see Chuba playing behind the production that this line has been doing as well, But yeah, I love the fact that it's a group effort and it's a collective thing with the staff putting great run plans together and the players going out there and executing it.
This is the last one. A good performance, run and pass, out of a really mixed group of people. It's been a different group almost every week. How are you guys able to sustain that level with so many different people?
It's the work. It's that group that's committed to each other. I'm talking about the offensive line group. These guys spend a lot of time together. They have a lot of camaraderie. They're always working. It starts off with Goody and Joe, and they're always working on stunts. They're always working on different front looks, possibilities that may come up on the side when there's special teams period or when the defense is out there in the scout team periods. They just are constantly working, constantly talking, and they're just committed to that process of work. And that's what it takes, because you never know when your number's going to get called. And when it does, you don't want to miss your shot. You don't want to miss that shot. And I just love what Brady's been able to do. I love what Yash coming in and playing what I believe is his best game as a Panther, really balancing it out from a run game and a pass protection standpoint. So we're really fortunate to have those guys. And it's one thing to have the talent in the room. It's another thing for those guys to work together for the whole room to grow, the whole room to continue to develop.
Last one.
Luke Kuechly via Jake Delhomme praised your play calling on the fan this week. He said he didn't even know what was coming, and that seems to be high praise coming from him. Similar to a running back or a quarterback sort of getting in a groove, do you get in a groove as a play caller and sort of feel when things are clicking?
Absolutely, and it's about efficiency, and that's what this group has been. We've been an efficient team. We've been efficient in the run game. We've been efficient when we're throwing the ball. But when we're getting first downs and we're getting explosive, it opens up the whole call sheet, and it allows just the more chances we get, the more that we can protect our core. You can protect the core of your run game with the play passes and the boots. You can protect your pass game. So you have your core concepts, and then you have adjustments to routes based on those things. The more plays we're able to have, the more times we're converting those first downs, then it just grows, and then the attack becomes really balanced. So for me, it gets a lot easier, but it really starts with our players. It starts with those guys being efficient, blocking the run the way it's supposed to be blocked. It starts with Bryce in the pass game. The ball's got to come out in a certain time and make sure that the guys are catching it, coming up with those catches, a group that's really come together to make plays. We missed some ops early on in the season. That shortens your call sheet. It just shortens the number of plays. So the way that the guys are playing and executing, it really allows Brad, because Brad's in my ear the whole time about setting things up. I can't see the whole call sheet, so I'm calling for Brad. I'm calling for Goody. Okay, we've run this one already. What's the backside looking like? Somebody look at this one when we run this play, and it's a full group effort. And trusting the guys, the eye in the sky. Mike Berkovici's up there calling out the coverages and making sure that we're balanced with our runs and passes. So a full group effort, and it just gets a lot more fun for me the more opportunities we have out there. Thank you, Coach. All right, thank you.